The future of restaurants, the future of technology, and the future of hospitality are all happening right here at All Day Baby. Lien Ta, she's gonna share the secrets, how she went from one restaurant to 2 restaurants, how she uses special events to bring business in, and how she uses technology to keep everything running smoothly. This is Family Style, presented by Toast. Today, I am in Los Angeles, All Day Baby, so we're on Sunset Boulevard. Not only are you on the cover, but what's more impressive to me is that you actually wrote the story that is inside of this magazine.
I think I wrote about how that it was work.
It was work. It was work.
Restaurant love requires a lot of work and a lot of love. We wanted to have a premise of joy attached to it, and my relationship with joy, especially in the last 4 years, navigating the pandemic with my team, it's really gone up and down, and I've learned a lot of lessons about how much to work and how much of it can really kind of actually negate your love for your job. We keep a lot of staples that we've either had since the very beginning, and then we'll revamp like a dish here and there or add more. But we recently, about 2 months ago, we reopened for all day hours again. But we have sections of the menu that are available from 9 to 2. We have a section of the menu that's available all day, 9 to 9. We have a happy hour section that's super robust. And then we kind of have this evolution of an all-night baby menu.
How much easier is it to add menu items, take menu items off with Toast versus your old point of sale?
Oh, it's like light years different. Like, it's not even, I can do it without even thinking about it on Toast, for sure. And I love it. We have different sections. Some items are available for to-go, some it's not, and it's quite easy to update.
Do you guys do a lot of takeout? What percentage would you say?
It's sort of declined recently. Obviously, it was
COVID,
100% when we switched over in 2020, and now we get
You do third-party delivery also?
We do. We do
DoorDash and Uber
yeah,
Eats.
we do the Toast DoorDash integration, and then we just do DoorDash solo as well.
Why do you do the Toast DoorDash integration?
Because it's available.
Save money.
Yeah, it's there, so why not make it available? It's technically, if you're in that 5-mile radius, it's cheaper for the guests to do it that way. So I try to make that option as more visible, actually.
When we started our restaurant, I was hoping that people would come and, media, legacy media, TV, news would come and write stories about us. They didn't come. So we started telling our own stories, and eventually they started coming.
Yeah.
And when they did, they're like, Shawn, I need you to take pictures in the kitchen. I'm like, you don't need a picture of me. You need a real picture of my pitmaster, the people that are doing the real work.
Yeah.
For you, how do you work with your creative team here in the back to bring these creative ideas to life in the front of the house?
A large point of inspiration for the menu is Southern. I grew up in the South. I grew up outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and it's a long story because I'm Vietnamese American and also Chinese American, but I sort of just grew up like a Southern gal because of all the different Southern families that took me in. So this food is really special, and I just remember, we talked about the catfish sandwich earlier that's called the LT's Hot Catfish Sandwich. I mean, it was like days from opening, and I was like, I really would love a fried fish sandwich on the menu. There's little things that, I come around to helping with. I really try to give them, the most of that creative drive. I'm just here to congratulate them, celebrate them, enjoy their creations. But I did put on a veggie sandwich recently.
Oh, veggie sandwich.
Very California.
Yeah.
It was actually one of my trivia questions recently, kind of like what is the main ingredient component of an iconic California veggie sandwich?
And?
Most people would guess avocado.
No?
The correct answer is sprouts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we have like a pretty great kind of pressed veggie sandwich, highlighting pimento cheese, avocado, sprouts. I love this sandwich because sometimes, believe it or not, you can't eat a fried chicken biscuit every day. This is our signature dish. This is the ADB biscuit sandwich.
This is the one that's all over TikTok.
Yeah, apparently. I'm not on it, but I'm so glad to hear that.
It is very popular on TikTok.
Oh, good. It's a behemoth sandwich. It's very big. The buttermilk biscuit was created by our former pastry chef who's now on a traveling sabbatical. Inside, the contents are soft scrambled eggs folded over, house-made strawberry jam, a slice of white American cheese, and then you have an option of getting pork sausage patty, thick cut bacon or what we call both meats. You can get a no meat too.
That's a masterpiece.
Such a good sandwich, you guys. You know, I don't like messy things and
Wow.
necessarily the jam mixing with like other savory things, but nothing really works better. You know, growing up, I would eat the little packaged jams that would sometimes
The packaged
set
jams?
on
Yeah, I know
like
those.
a table.
Yeah. Did you work in restaurants before opening your restaurant?
I worked like in the front of house.
Yeah.
I had never worked in a restaurant before when I made this decision to quit an old job and kind of embark on this idea of opening a restaurant. And so I started out as a weekend brunch hostess. I later, you know, when people would call out for their shifts, I would just immediately volunteer myself and say, I'll take that. You know, I'll take that random lunch expo shift on Tuesday.
What did you learn about expoing?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm such a nerd. I love organization and getting things out efficiently and, you know, understanding even the map of a dining room and sending people in the right direction with the right thing. You know, it's silly to send someone to the patio and send them to the bar. I mean, I love a finished product, you know, like seeing the food and really being in charge of knowing that it's exactly in the state that it ought to be in. I take great pride in expediting. It's my favorite position for sure.
What about when you bring it to the guest?
Oh yeah, you're right. Running food is great.
Running
food
it to the
is
guest.
so wonderful. I want to hug a guest
Yes.
with a dish. I want to be able to, you know, speak about, you know, a couple of the main components, and I really like delivering food with enthusiasm.
When you took over this space, how did you change the layout, or did everything remain the same? What
It
did
was
you guys
fully
do?
gutted.
Fully gutted.
Yeah.
Was it an existing restaurant, second generation?
Yes.
Yes, so there was
Yeah.
hood.
Fully gutted though.
Fully gutted.
Yeah, it was not like in a state for us.
It wasn't ready for us. Tell me about what was the big vision?
The big vision was
Because how long has it been here now?
Almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years.
I mean, the vision was we needed to be able to create probably a pretty big menu at a small space. So the
How
kitchen
big is the
itself,
restaurant total square footage?
about 2,200 square feet.
2,200
Maybe a little
square feet.
extra with the alfresco dining permit that we have at the moment. I think the smoker was actually like, we worked around the smoker.
Yes.
Like we knew we wanted to invest in a $30,000 smoker called Tootsie.
Called Tootsie?
Yes.
Can
named
we go
after
see
the
it?
iconic. Sure.
Let's go see it.
This is
There it
Tootsie.
is, J&R.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, so here we smoke lots of things. We smoked beef brisket for our barbacoa burrito. We house smoked the longanisa sausage that later gets crumbled for the breakfast burrito. We smoke jalapenos to make jalapeno mayo. I mean, we smoke the maple syrup so it comes out with a nice smoky essence. Really anything. Whitefish, it's for our whitefish melt. In my mind, I remember during construction and build out and like the knowing that we were going to invest in this $30,000 thing and kind of like have it be the center. It's actually small.
Yeah.
And especially probably a barbecue show would laugh at this.
No.
We've had barbecue shows come in and be like, oh, is this it?
Definitely not. We're always happy to see something like that. So how do you build a great cocktail menu?
The first step to building a great cocktail menu is to have someone better than you doing it. George Figueroa is my amazing and talented cocktail director here. He used to work with us at Here's Looking at You. So innovative, makes really great drinks that you could never imagined, and they're so fun to build. But here at the restaurant, you know, everything about it is supposed to either bring you back for childhood memories, build joy, add liquor. So one of the main philosophies when we first opened All Day Baby was to make bad drinks great again. So like a Wisconsin Old Fashioned, it's like not a good drink, but you know, we made a version of it that was truly excellent, served on a lot of crushed ice. We've made Cosmos, you know, in the past where it was a hybrid of the Carrie Bradshaw Cosmo, but also the Cosmo that was created in the early 1900s, and it was like a mix of both.
Cool.
We always have great coffee drinks, coffee cocktails on the menu, but as we've grown, you know, things kind of like show up as your signature drink.
Do you guys do non-alcoholic drinks?
So many.
Really? Tell me more.
You know, not everyone is ready to drink alcohol right when we open at 9, but maybe they want to stay in that festive direction. over time, George has made such beautiful mocktails. Today we say goodbye to one of our favorite mocktails and to make room for a new one. But
Oh,
for
today?
the blueberry,
We're saying
today
goodbye?
today we're saying goodbye to the blueberry pomegranate colada.
What are the most Instagrammable items here?
Anything with
All of
color.
it.
Yeah, anything with color. I mean, you're gonna see.
So lots of color.
Yes, it's a very colorful drink menu for sure. Some of the food can sometimes accidentally be beige. Very beige heavy.
Yes.
Very beige heavy.
Yes.
But it's still so fun. You know, all of our plates are different shades of blue. The building is bright red. It's meant to kind of add like big wide-eyed
What's
like
the longest
attention,
weights that you have?
reaction. Oh, not that long. I
that
actually
long.
really want to demystify this.
Okay, let's demystify it.
There's plenty of room. And
Plenty
people-
of room.
Yeah.
We got
and-
plenty of tables.
Plenty of tables. You know, on the weekends, Saturday and Sundays, those are sort of more highly trafficked days. But, you know, I've never, unless you're coming with like a party of 8, you know, in our small restaurant, maybe you're waiting like more upwards of 30 minutes. But honestly, we can get folks in. If you're open to sitting at the bar,
Yeah.
I mean, the energy is fantastic. We have everybody from reading newspapers to, you know, celebrating their recent engagement. Like there's a festive atmosphere to it, but it's also very chill and meant to be like a neighborhood joint.
Do you remember the first day opening this restaurant?
Yes.
We talked about the other restaurant, but what about this one?
This one was really, it was a traumatic opening. We opened Thanksgiving week. And,
Oh, Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, we announced on Instagram on the Wednesday before. If you want to come by, come on by.
Is this a soft opening or was this an actual
It was
grand
just
opening?
like the grand opening was technically Black Friday, the
Okay.
Friday after Thanksgiving, where we
Okay.
told folks that's the day we're going to open, and it was extraordinary. I remember we all had ADB shirts on that day. These days, I want them to express their originality in their outfits. But I took a picture, I remember, with the first family to walk through the doors. And it was husband and wife and 2 kids, and they had little rain boots on, which makes me remember that it was one of those rare days that it rained in LA.
Welcome to the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Specialty cocktails.
Yes.
Bring us inside. What are we talking about? I mean, these
well-
look phenomenal.
Oh, I'm glad you like them.
Like phenomenal.
Is it because of the edible gold sugar?
I
that
don't
you
know
see here?
what that is, but I know that both I have a 6-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl, and they would try to drink that even though it has alcohol.
Oh yeah.
They would go, "What is that? We want that."
Kind of scrape off the top. It's perfectly safe and festive. So we really love doing hard milkshakes at All Day Baby. It was kind of like a part of the formula when we first opened. And we added this one a few months ago. This is the Porn Star Milkshake. The reason why it's called the Porn Star Milkshake is it is inspired by something ridiculous called a Porn Star Martini, which has like a lot of vanilla, some passion fruit, and a sidecar of sparkling wine or Prosecco. Basically redefined those components and put it into this gorgeous milkshake. We had to give it some glitter
Wow,
love.
I love it.
So this is edible gold sugar shaped into stars. It basically tastes like passion fruit pie. I
Wow.
love this drink.
Looks phenomenal.
This is one of our signature drinks. We created this and added it to the menu early on in the pandemic, called a painkiller, meant to solve those issues. And what makes our painkiller so special, besides being made with Silveray white rum, it's got a gorgeous passion fruit syrup by Chinola. And then seasonally, you know, we like to bring, you know, either lost classics back into the spotlight. And this is a pisco sour inspired cocktail, and it's got like amazing elements of pistachio.
It looks incredible.
I know, it's so beautiful. This is
A
one of those
master
ones.
over here, master of
He
the
really
craft.
is.
You're definitely not trying. This is showing versus telling. That is incredible.
What I love about the painkiller is that the umbrella is blown out because it's just received a lot of action.
There's a lot of attention to detail to the glassware. Can you talk to the restaurant owner that might be seeing this about how important that the actual glassware that you're using is?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's about, you know, our human warm hands touching the glass, and maybe you shouldn't, you know, this drink is obviously shaken and stirred up. So I don't want to warm, you know, the temperature of this cocktail. Pisco sours, of course, are served in a sour glass like this. This is called a hurricane glass. I'm intimidated by the hurricane glass. It just looks so big. But you know, the truth is it's comparably the same amount of alcohol in all of these drinks, but it's, you know, it's the ice, it's the shape of the glass that make a difference. This is a classic, iconic milkshake glass. And I'm so happy we have them. And we put all kinds of drinks in here. We have a happy hour mojito that also goes in this glass that has house-made mint boba that George makes, and it's like floating at the bottom of this glass, and it's nice and green.
Amazing.
Glassware is important. It breaks all the time, and it's expensive, so encourage your staff to don't break the glass.
There's a tip for you. All day baby, food.
Yes.
Let's go. It's time.
This is the ADV biscuit sandwich. So this is our iconic item on the menu. You have the option of adding a pork sausage patty or thick cut bacon, or what we always advise is both meats. She's not small.
Looks phenomenal.
This is the second iteration of our hot cake. So a hot cake is basically a pancake that also spends time in the oven. Our original hot cake was featured in an episode of BuzzFeed Worth It. It was such an awesome setup of like blueberry compote and pistachio and a side of smoked maple. But what I love about this one is it's gorgeous. Everybody loves something pink, but this is inspired by like Hawaiian diners. So this one is topped with guava glaze, ricotta, and macadamia nuts. And we have a lot of team members here, my GM in particular, who grew up in Hawaii, and some team members with family in Hawaii. So we like that we can have that take on it. And of course, like the adjacent tiki style menu options. So here is the other Hawaiian inspired dish that I mentioned to you guys. This is the ADV Loco Moco. This dish is so good, guys. So atop the rice, got a delicious gravy, togarashi spice that we make, 2 types of meat, the pork sausage patty that I had mentioned earlier, and also a teriyaki glazed patty of Spam, a little fried egg and scallions. This dish is, we didn't always have this dish, and since it's been added, it's been such a wonderful hit. This is one of our newest snack options. We have these other fries that we're pretty well known for, and like it would be quite sacrilegious to take off, but
fries are a big deal.
You can't argue that we can have more than one type of fry. So these are waffle fries. I grew up eating waffle fries. So I really love that our chef de cuisine, Katie Randazzo, had this amazing idea to create a cheese sort of dip. And after consulting all of our cheesy friends that know more about cheese than us, we settled on this amazing fromage blanc that we whip, add honey, add chili flakes.
Wow. And
it's such an awesome thing to share with your homies at the table. This guy, I mean, we're a classic American restaurant. It made a lot of sense to add a Chinese chicken salad. I cannot tell you, people are quite addicted to this.
Really?
There's something in the vinaigrette that I think that makes people feel excited about this very classic American dish, frankly. And again, it's this togarashi spice that we also include in the ADV Loco Moco. So this is great, especially when you're not trying to eat fried food or buttermilk biscuits every day. This is a return. So we had this in 2019 on the opening menu, and this is our style of shrimp and grits. And what I love about this is that you can kind of help redistribute that shrimp element throughout what reminds me a lot of like porridge. So instead of like big hunks of shrimp, which we also have on our dinner menu, grilled prawns, grilled whole prawns, I really love the bolognese on this menu.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Try to find the bolognese. You want to break the yolk, but essentially there it is. And it's so wholesome and scrumptious and fun to share as well.
Wow.
So yeah.
You do events very uniquely. How did those come about, and what kind of advice do you have for anyone that's looking to do an event within a restaurant space?
Oh gosh, I love events, and you know, it kind of came about by necessity. You know, we just had to find ways to differentiate our restaurant from other restaurants. I think you're absolutely right. Every day, it's a miracle that we can even open and close without hopefully less than 5 emergencies. And you know, and oftentimes restaurant work is repetitive. You're actually trying to master one way. Events are the exact opposite. You're trying to do something super special and super unique to this particular day and time. Food trivia night, it is, I had this idea earlier this year that wouldn't it be great if we got a room full of food fanatics and restaurant fanatics? I was like, what if we got them all together in a room where they could answer trivia questions that were exclusively about food in the LA restaurant world? It was like, okay, if we're gonna launch food trivia night, I need to have the most kick-ass co-hosts, at least to like kickstart this. A longtime guest of ours, she's an actress called Kiernan Shipka. And I was like, hey, girl, do you mind doing me this favor? And she was like, yeah, babe, yeah, what's that? Let's do this. And she was so good. I mean, she's so engaging.
Why would a restaurant switch over to toast?
If you want your life to be easier, you're gonna switch over to toast.
Was your life not easy when you didn't have toast?
I had a really
restaurant?
challenging. This was at Here's Looking at You back in 2018. I had a super challenging POS system at the time. Really made work hard for all of us, for our entire staff. And a great restaurant is a happy staff. So I'm so happy to now be using Toast at both restaurants.
I mean, when we think about technology in our restaurants, we're talking about tastes, we're talking about serving food, serving amazing cocktails, creating these beautiful experiences that you do here at All Day Baby.
Yeah.
How does technology play a role in actually making money for the restaurant?
I mean, it should just complement the experience. You know, we don't want a system that confuses a team member. It's such a human-based interaction that one has between a server and, say, our guests. We don't want the technology to hinder sort of all the emotions and the information that's going on there. So what I love about Toast is that it's really intuitive, easy to use, customizable. I mean, I really can't think of a single team member I've ever met, past or present or future, that doesn't like using it.
When you think about your website, when somebody's searching for, maybe somebody's new to the area or they're coming to visit Silver Lake for the first time, when they come to your website, it's kind of, they're coming to your story, but you want them to buy something too, right? You want them to order some food. How do you think about the website experience for your guests?
I think it's fantastic. So I think it's important that obviously information most necessary, which is your hours and days of operation. I mean, that stuff just needs to be repeated and go everywhere. And then where Toast is concerned, you know, we have a takeout and delivery option. I keep that in the main navigation bar, and that just clicks out. I think I could link to a third-party app, but I choose to link to Toast because it's financially more sustainable for the restaurant and also for the guests, so it's not as expensive.
We say that humans are the heart of technology, and the reason that we love Toast so much is that they have great humans that work in the organization.
Yes.
Can you talk about the humans that you've interacted with and how they've helped support your growth as you went from one restaurant to two restaurants?
Oh my gosh. Jessica Kashmirsky, if I'm saying her name correctly, is my original Toast person. She was my sales associate. I feel like she has a much fancier title now that five plus years has passed. But she showed up at my restaurant and she told me exactly what I was gonna get myself into. And over time, she's invited me to events to learn more about new features, to speak about my experience as a restaurant owner. Anytime I have a question, I know that there's gonna be a human on the other end to help me with those issues. You know, anytime we've had issues, for example, with chargeback disputes. You know, I remember there was like a heyday of, you know, everybody ordering online. It was the pandemic, but, you know, from there was a lot of fraud. You know, Toast immediately stepped into action, and I don't know what they did because I'm not the brains behind Toast, but immediately, you know, all the chargebacks, it just basically reduced to zero. And things happen, you know, that are out of Toast's control, like you have an internet outage or what have you. You know, they've already thought about those steps ahead, and, you know, we can operate in offline mode. And there's been so much.
What is the favorite feature that Toast has for you and your staff?
Well, I have so many, but I think I really love online ordering.
Online ordering,
I think that's probably my main favorite feature. It's as silly as that sounds, but
it's not silly at all. It's the reason that we switched to Toast was for online ordering. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's great.
If somebody's thinking about opening up a restaurant and they're deciding which technology partner to choose, why should they choose Toast?
I just know my own personal experience with Toast, and especially because I did use a different system prior. I have a friend right now that's thinking about switching over to Toast, and it's nice to be able to tell her my authentic experience with it. And again, you want your staff to have an easy go at creating an experience. You know, and there's lots of things that I've customized as far as my toast experience for something that, you know, best complements the way the chef wants to work, the way the chef wants to expo, and we've been able to create those experiences, like a ticket that's like coursed out, you know, 4 courses out. I think that Toast has their own methods of doing that, but you know, we were able to customize it, and I obviously found someone to help me.
So if we're talking to Toast leadership and they see this video, what would you want them to build? They're building for restaurants for the future. And as somebody here that's literally built an incredible community, 2 restaurants, and has put her heart and soul into this business, what would you like to see them build?
The ability to capture more guest information and guest purchase history. So Toast right now integrates with my reservation system, which is OpenTable. And a new feature in the last year and a half or so is that on OpenTable, I can see a certain guest and their spending history. But what would be even better is to see in Toast a guest's history of spending, the dishes that they have preferences for, the dishes maybe that we have sent as complimentary dishes to them, you know, dishes that, you know, that they love or hate. Maybe their allergies. It would be great to have that information forever.
If you are a restaurant owner and a Toast user, go to Toast's website. You can connect to community. That's a way that other Toast operators, no matter where you are, we can connect, we can share secrets, not just shows like this, but Toast is working to get restaurant owners, restaurant operators together. Go to Toast tab, check out community. If you're not a Toast user and you're interested in Toast, go ahead and contact Toast. There's a local sales rep in your area. This is family style. We appreciate you taking the time to share why you write, why you work so hard, why you found the joy bringing the restaurant back to business. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your hospitality.
Thanks for being with us, guys.
Any words of wisdom that you'd like to part with that restaurant owner that's watching this video right now?
Don't take it too seriously.
Don't take
Don't
it
forget,
too serious.
it's just food, and we're here to make people happy. It's easy to get stressed and worried about all the small details, but actually, it's great to just open your eyes and remember what you created.
You opened your eyes, you opened your heart, you shared writing. Now you're doing a trivia night tonight.
Yep.
You've been filming content all morning. There's lots of hats that we wear as restaurant owners. We're grateful that you shared all the secrets, all the amazing food. It was phenomenal. If people want to connect with you, how's the best way for them to do that?
Come see me at the restaurants. The websites and the Instagram handles are All Day Baby LA, and Here's Looking at You LA, and my personal Instagram is Lien Ta, LIENTIGRE.
Your story matters. Find me on Instagram at Shawn P. Walchef. We want to hear your Toast story. We want to see your Toast unboxing video. This is Family Style. Please subscribe. We'll catch you guys next episode.